This man spent 32 years digging a mountain. After a while, he shocked the world and amazed everybody because of it.
Welcome to Viral Stories, secrets, facts, and strange stories from around the world. If you find yourself amazed at what some of our fellow humans and animals can do, this is the place for you. This is a channel you're going to want to tell your friends about. Be sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon to be notified of our new uploads. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy Viral Stories.
Before we start in any work, we always think about ability of doing it. Frequently, we do it with others' help, especially if it was hard work. But there are many people around this world that have made big projects and impossible things alone, with no help. Those kinds of people are featuring a high quantity of ambition, and they don't give up easily. In this video, we are going to be talking about one of these people that proved to the world that there's nothing called impossible at all. All that man needed is only patience and ambition, then he could change the life of thousands of humans. Our story starts in 1959 when Huang Dava, 23 years old, came back to his humble village in north of China. After completing his study in one of the biggest cities and because of this settlement in one of rich cities, thus he didn't see only poverty and realized quickly that he has to change things and the situation there. Those villagers living depended on planting rice and corn, and there was no source of water, only one well, and for the reason of continuous water level reduction, villagers started to suffer from poorness because they couldn't plant any agriculture, which is helping them to stay alive. They were dealing with water carefully because they were afraid of water pollution at any moment, and on account of lack of water, they couldn't cook their food only with difficulty, and in that time where the world was competing in the tech domain, this village still was so far from civilization because electricity didn't reach it. Same thing with government services. So it was isolated from the outside world, but Huang had multiple ideas that can change villagers' lives upside down. Huang started to share his ideas with villagers, and they agreed all of them on these ideas, and if those dreams come true in real life, it can be the reason in changing their lives. But Huang didn't know the obstacles that will face him and stands in his way without achieving his idea in reality, and he didn't know also that one of these ideas he will keep working on for the rest of his life. But Huang thought that helping villagers is more important than anything else, so his important ideas was bringing water and electricity and roads paving for his village. That's why the villagers met and agreed to make him their leader. One day, Huang went out from the village. He had gone searching for the closest source of water. Then he found a river running 2 big mountains away. Thus, he decided to dig a channel that linked the river with his village. But he didn't have any techniques that allows him to make that job and, unfortunately, didn't agree about finances for his project. So he started to ask all people around him for help, but no one helped him on account of the project difficulty in reality, especially without existing heavy machines and finance. But he never gave up, so he decided to accomplish the job himself, and like that, he started his journey in challenging the rugged mountains and the tough environment. He started to check on the place very well, and he could draw all sketches that shows the channel's path. After that, he started to work with the modest and simple tools such as picks and plows and other stuff. After a while, he could dig 100 meters from the channel alone with no help. But after he faced his first obstacles, he reached to a point where digging was so dangerous due to the height of the mountain and roughness of place. After 5 years of continuous digging, the villagers knew that this man could change something. So they decided to help him. The volunteer numbers were increasing day after day until reaching to 10 years of digging, where all of them could dig almost 200 meters. But they were broken and disappointed when they knew that the places that they reached to, they can't dig it, only with drilling machines, and all of them gave up, except for Huang. He went to the city for more studies about geology and water. Then he came back after a short period to complete what he started, and he could convince the government to finance his project with 60,000 Chinese yuan. In that period, Huang was 58 years old. That means he's gifted all his life for this channel, and due to the hope, he was sticking by. He never thought one day that his tiredness will be wasted and useless, as well as he knew that it will come a day where he will see all of his village benefit off of the water. And by using some small machines, this time he started to dig. He could drill 7,200 meters within 3 years with his hard work. In 1995, the water started to flow for the first time in the channel, and till that time the government had connected the village with power lines, and they paved the roads that goes to the village. This project wouldn't be accomplished if Huang didn't demand the support of the government for many years, and after completing that big project, Water reached the village and it changed the lives of 2,000 people, in addition to the 3 other villages that the channel passes from. And thus, that man alone was able to make the lives of 7,000 people easy, and because of availability of water, people are planting different sorts of agricultural crops. Today, this village exports about 500,000 kilograms of rice to China, and the water contributed so much in soil fertilization around the village. And due to the luxury of living, the children of the village started to go to school instead of working in that age in order to provide a decent life for themselves and for their families. Today, 30 students graduate from universities and they're from that village. But regrettably, Huang lost his family and his only daughter because of poverty and diseases that did spread out in China at that time. Today, Huang is 83 years old and he checks out the channel from time to time to make sure that there's nothing obstructing the water to reach there. This story inspires us all and teaches us that no matter if it's hard, it's not impossible at all. And with patience and hard work, people can reach to what is unexpected. Like this man did with his insistence on digging mountains and break it alone at the end of 32 years of work. This man could achieve his dream when everyone did let him down in the beginning. Then they realized that he does not do that for himself, but for all the villagers.